Hi guys, follow me on Instagram to never ever miss any of my crazy updates. Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I'm driving this. This is the Mahindra Riva and this car comes courtesy of Fauzan to me. So thanks a ton to him to give me his old car, which is by the way electric even before Tesla. We'll talk about that when we are driving. You get round lights, round indicator I think. But you know what? Nothing is LED. LED could have helped in boosting the range of this car. Let's open the bay, hood, whatever. I can't call it an engine bay because that is the electric motor. This is the spare wheel of the car and there is sort of an insulation there. I don't know for what reason. Oh my god, this is so light. The body is actually made of plastic. But that's something which is expected to reduce the weight of this car. This car is really very chintu mintu. Just see the size. It's like a toy car. Anyways, the size of the wheels is actually big enough, I would say. 145/70 13s. This is the wheel cap. Of course, I was like, this hen will come into my pants. Not in my pants, and hit me from behind. That was not the right thing to say. Anyways, the indicators fallen off here. There's some graphics here which actually reduce the range because of the weight they add, around 200 grams or so. The mirror is manually adjustable. There's a single wiper, but you can't blame Riva for it because even Toyota was offering a single wiper in the Etios. You can see there is an antenna there and very chintu this car. In fact, it has this feature wherein if the window is open, you can close it without having to press a button because you can just slide it like that. Meanwhile, this obviously has this button thingy going on to lock and unlock the car, but I would say use it with caution because you're going to deplete the battery, of course. Coming to the rear, the lights are again very basic. It says electric vehicle EV and this is the, I don't know, maybe the reversing lamp or something of that sort. Okay, I have to do one thing. I have to open the door and then open this to access the boot. Yeah, there it has opened right now. I'm going to shut this. So here there is absolutely no space at all. There is no space in the boot. You can just keep the cable for charging. There's no space in the rear as well. I don't know who can sit in here. Absolutely no space. So it's a 4-seater, but it's not really a 4-seater. Anyways, this is the glass hatch, very much like the Honda Brio. That shuts. Yeah, that shut. Oh yeah, that was smooth and soft. It's a very boxy design in terms of appearance, but it's not very attractive a car. Kind of bland, and I think this is where the charging plug is. Yeah, this is where you charge it. It's always open or what? Probably yes. You can see it's really very small, super duper chintu mintu car. And let's just get inside, which is another task because obviously there's not much space at the front either. Now, there are door pockets at the front and you can see the door is quite big as such. Getting in the rear is an absolute pain, so I have not even tried. Maybe you can recline it like this and get in. But where will you keep your legs? I have no clue. Okay, the seat can be moved ahead or behind like this. Yeah, you can move it ahead or behind. Let's move it all the way ahead. Now, there is still no space when the driver is actually sitting outside the car. Anyways, there is sort of a flat floor there. Speakers are placed right there and it has this nice color scheme happening of red, black and beige. Seats seem comfortable, but they are definitely not, and the battery is actually placed here. So you are sitting on the battery. Well, that is kind of risky. Risky, I said, not risky, okay. There's some storage space here. There's a 12-volt charging socket. This is for the front fog. No, there's no front fog. This is for the front defogger. These are the AC vents, and when you turn on the air conditioning, the range obviously decreases. So you can increase or decrease the AC and AC controls. Audio system has been removed at the moment, and handbrake is a little different to operate, which is like you pull it. Oh. No, this is not going to work. Okay, so you basically pull. How am I struggling? So, yeah, that is how the handbrake is released. That's insane, similar to Datsun cars. Let's close the door. Yeah, there's some sort of a thud. You get seat belts, which is a revolutionary feature. There is no mirror here. There is no mirror here. There is a mirror here, which seems very chintu mintu. And there's a handle to hold on to. There's a mirror here as well, along with a light. And dashboard is also very small. The horn, it works, but using that horn actually depleted by range by 3 kilometers. There is this hazard light switch which is turned on at the moment. Now this is, air conditioning control, of course. This is the selector for the mode, reverse, neutral and forward. There should be a boost mode as well. Yeah, that is for the boost. Steering is so light. Okay, indicator switch is here. These are the controls for the wipers. Let's do one thing. Let's actually turn on the vehicle, which is, I'm trying to find where the keyhole is. It's so badly designed, this car. Poor ergonomics for the win. Yeah, now we are inside. Now it has turned on. You can see telltale lights. The instrument cluster is quite basic, shows in miles per hour as well as kilometers per hour, and this is actually the range and the mode selector and telltale lights everywhere. So here we shut it, and now I am just going to, I don't know what am I doing. Let me pull the handbrake first. Okay, let's use the indicators, make some sound as well. Okay, let me shut the windows. Windows are kind of small when they open, not as much, but yeah, car is kind of claustrophobic. In fact, you can see There is no headroom for someone as tall as me. Let's turn on the light. It's surely going to deplete the battery, but hey, we shall try that as well. Let me get out and show you the lights. First and foremost, the car is so low now. It's like I don't know, how am I stepping out? It feels kind of weird and awkward. That is the brake light indicator is working there. So there happens to be the reverse light probably, and it says Riva right there. What a chintu mintu car. Okay, lights seem bright right now, but the more I use the lights, the battery is going to deplete, of course. There you can see the indicators working. Ground clearance is also very low, but you're not going to take it anywhere. Before you reach off-road, it will be out of battery. So let's go driving. So we all set to go, which means turning on the car. It actually turned on, I think. Pata bhi nahi chalta kab on hai kab off hai. So here we go. Yeah, now it is on, I think. Now we get into forward. Air conditioning is off, I believe. Yeah, air conditioning is off, and all I need to do is get into the throttle and it goes ahead. Handbrake bhi to niche karna hai faster. Yeah, now the handbrake is down, and oh my goodness, they have done this whole car so badly na that accelerator jahan pe wahan pe to wo hai, kya bolte hain, the wheel arch is there, so sometimes I'm pressing the front tire, right tire, I think. Anyways, performance is really very lackluster, but it's very chintu mintu car. You know what? 2.6 meters is the length, slightly more than 2.6 meters. Width is 1.3 meters. In fact, it's taller more than it is. Kya bolte hain? Yeah, more than it is wider. So giving it a very obnoxious look, and I have to really understand how to throttle this car. It's very silent. थोड़ी बहुत मोटर की आवाज आ ही रही है, and the Riva was actually launched in 2001. The company was established in 1994, way before Tesla. And Riva actually stands for Revolutionary Electric Vehicle Alternative. That doesn't even make sense. I'm driving at 20 kilometers per hour. I feel like I'm driving at 150 kilometers per hour because it feels that way. Meanwhile, brakes are fine. It has got regenerative braking for the first 30% of the brake pedal. And the range is actually around 80 kilometers. Forget everything. Get on the throttle. The whine from the motor. So this car actually weighs around 650 kgs. I feel so scared while braking. 650 kgs is the weight of the car, which is not much, but the batteries weigh a lot. The weight of the battery is around 270 kgs. This guy is not moving. यार चलो आगे करो ना, गाड़ी नहीं देखी क्या ऐसी कभी जिंदगी में. Because I don't know if the car is going to stop it. That guy is like stopping there, and then you know nah, this is Euro NCAP 500. Anyway, steering wheel is super duper light. I don't think it has power steering, or maybe it does. It doesn't need it any which ways because car is so chintu mintu and light now. You don't need any of that. So like I was telling you, the Riva was launched in 2001 and it was on sale till 2007. Then 2008 they came up with this model, the Riva I, which had slight improvements. Like it got a front disc finally, front disc brakes, and better performance, more power, slight improvement in that front. And there we get hard on the gas. 17.4 horsepower and 52 Newton meters of torque, and everything comes from 0 RPM. So the initial punch is really very nice. Feels quite punchy lower down the rev range as well, because obviously it's an electric motor. And now we are going to get into boost mode, which gives you 40% more torque and increases the top speed to 80 kilometers per hour. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the actually driving the motor, and off we go. Yeah, it's made of ABS plastic and it makes all the rattles in the world. Cornering is decent, body roll is well contained. 650 kgs is the weight of this vehicle, but 270 kgs is for the batteries alone, and then it can take a payload of 270 kgs, that is passengers and luggage as well. But it rattles. Ride quality is not good at all because the car is so small now. It just doesn't feel like a car. That's the reason in Europe it came in the heavy quadricycle category, wherein they were like, it has too less power and it's too small, so we can't put it in a car. Anyways, it cannot be a car because it did not pass any crash test, and it didn't have to pass any crash test. But later, Riva took the help of Lotus Engineering to make sure it complies with Indian norms of crash testing at 40 kilometers per hour. And then in 2009, they came up with the Riva Leon, not Lion, but Leon. Basically, it got lithium-ion battery, resulting in better performance, lower weight, and higher range. Range is 80 kilometers, and it takes around 8 hours to charge from a 15 ampere socket as well. You won't believe till now the top speed I've hit is around 35 kilometers per hour. Top speed happens to be around 60 to 70 kilometers per hour. It can stretch to 80 kilometers per hour down a cliff, of course. Taking a U-turn is very easy. This is a very nimble, easy to drive car. Check this out. Okay, visibility could be better, but it's very peppy as such. Get on the throttle, the response is instant. But if I drive it on boost mode, it's going to really drink all the battery. So we're just going to come to a halt at the moment. And brakes are very bad. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, driving the motor. If you turn on the AC, the range will decrease. If you are on a slope, the range will decrease. If you get into boost mode, the range will decrease. If you plug in your charger, then also the range will decrease because there is a charging port. I remember when I was driving this car, back in the day around 2012 or something. No, earlier, I think 2010, because 11 May it was discontinued and it was replaced by the E2O. When I plugged in my charger, it actually drew power from my phone to increase the range of the car, which didn't really increase as such. So 0 to 60 we have not reached in today's video, but 0 to 60 it takes around 22 seconds in boost mode, and the regular Riva was taking 28 seconds to reach that speed. That's very, very slow. In fact, the performance is absolutely nil only. It doesn't move at all. It's very lethargic as such. In fact, okay, let me get onto the throttle. I'm full on the throttle. It's not pulling as such. The only thing is it's nimble and easy because of the low center of gravity. I'm sitting on the battery, so that really helps its cause. And the steering has no feel or feedback. Ride quality is atrocious. I can't go over that bump. The wheels might come out. You can see the amount of body roll. It's very top heavy, but it's easy and light to drive, thankfully. And coming around the corner, yeah, just that show-footedness. Only thing is Zubair is scrubbing my shoulder right now. Dude, come on, social distancing for the win. But the width of this car is so freaking small. It's a rear wheel drive, you know that. Now this is channeling all that power and torque to the rear wheels, but it will not drift because it doesn't have any power or torque. And we stopped again, and off we go. So it actually uses a tubular space frame chassis just to reduce the weight of this car. And in 2009, the price of this vehicle, 2008-2009, the price of this vehicle was around 5 lakh rupees. I don't know how much subsidy you used to get, but still very expensive of what it has to offer. And later, obviously, Mahindra, क्या बोलते हैं? I was going to say overtake, not overtake, took over Riva, which is actually not an Indian company as such, because it's a JV between an Indian and a US company. So they took it over, and then they came up with the e-Verito later, and then obviously became Mahindra Electric. So basically Mahindra's electric vehicles are actually spawned from the Riva, which was a revolutionary back in the day for an electric car, because it came before Tesla, mind you. Tesla came later, this came before. Wipers, they work or not, I don't know. Yeah, they work. Look at that single wiper. Look at the dog not even caring that a car is coming, because the dog is like, if the car hits me, the car will break, nothing will happen to the dog. Probably, you know, we have already seen that experiment Jeremy Clarkson did with a table. And if you've seen my reel on Instagram, hopefully it's live, you would know that it was so much fun drag racing this car with a freaking table. And off we go. Every time I use the Honda, the range decreases. By the way, the funny thing is that the owner had to change the battery twice because the batteries go after a few years. So replacing the same kind of battery in this car, this is actually using a lead acid battery. The cost was 1.5 lakhs. Then later he opted for the lithium ion battery for the second replacement. The cost was 2 lakh rupees. So whoever thinks that electric is the future, well, if you have big pockets, definitely it can be the future, because after some time you have to replace the battery, and then when you do that, now trust me on this, the range completely depletes. It's a big pain in the rear actually. It's just like mobile phones, you know, after some time the battery doesn't last as much. Same with electric cars, you have to keep replacing the batteries after a few years, and the cost of the battery is really a lot. So think about that as well before everyone says save the environment, let's go electric, let's buy electric vehicles. No feel, no feedback, no fun, no sound, no noise. Oh my god, soulless cars. Riva, thanks for ruining our future. Why is this car rolling back? Okay, it's in forward. By the way, the turning radius is like 3.5 meters. It's so easy to take a U-turn. Here you can see I still have to probably take a reverse, but yeah, it almost makes it, but gives me the opportunity to actually get into reverse. Here we are into reverse. Now you see there it has no power steering and it's rolling ahead, which means brake and accelerator, and you don't have to worry that accidentally you'll press the accelerator and this car will fly, because for electric car the performance is very lackluster as such. And oh god, let's get into forward. I can't drive in boost mode because the battery juice is already out, and somehow it's not even showing me how much juice is left in the battery. That's another issue, man. That took some effort. Anyways, bye.
A few moments later.